Oh my goodness, it's already Friday, you guys. I hope you've had a good week and that you've spent some time practicing. Or if you don't have your instrument home, that you're looking things over, and hopefully soon we'll be able to connect and get you an instrument. Today we are adding to Opus 3. We are doing 3.9, 3.8, 3.9, and 3.10. 3.8 has something that we've talked about a little bit called an accidental. So look at page 19 and pay attention to measure 3. The very first note there is called an accidental. It's a note that's not in the key signature at the beginning, but it's a flat, sharp, or natural, not in the key signature, okay? And that's what an accidental is. You'll notice it because it has the flat sign by it or the natural sign by it. If you're an alto saxophone player, you'll notice that now you're playing an F natural, which is 1, 2, 3, and first, okay? And an accidental carries through an entire measure. So if it's there one time and you see that letter again in the measure, you have to play it like the accidental. That's the rule. And you can see the rule right at the top of the page, okay? So make sure you're looking that over. It's at the top of the page, page 19. I'll play this for you. Now in the Wednesday's lesson, we played the note in measure 3, natural or sharp if you're an alto saxophone player. So today that note's going to be played with a different fingering or slide position. Here it is. So notice in measure 5, it's showing you it's still, if you're a flute player or a trombone, it's still A flat. If you're a trumpet or clarinet or tenor sax, it's still B flat. If you're an alto saxophone player, it's still F natural. That accidental carries through until a bar line, and then it goes back to the regular key. I'll play it one more time for you. And there you have it. The tricky part is really in the snare drum part, because you don't start with a note at all. If you were playing with the rest of the kids, you would actually start with a rest. Okay, so I'll just say rest out loud. That's what I would do if I were practicing. I hope you will do the same. Here it is. 1, ready, and rest. Blam, tap, rest, 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 and you're done. Okay, start slow and work up to a good speed. All right, moving on to 3.9. You've got quite a bit of reading to do just before 3.9. We have taken that accidental that you saw in 3.8 and we've put it in the key signature now. So look at your key signature and you're going to notice a change here. Especially if you play clarinet, tenor sax, or trumpet, you have one flat. That flat is right on the B line, meaning that all the B's now you play B flat. For flute and bells, all the A's now, you're going to play A flat. They're not going to be marked for you anymore. Okay, trombone too. All the A's are now A flat because we've added that flat into the key signature. That means we don't have to write it down anymore for you. You just have to know that that's how you're going to play it. So here's 3.9. Make sure, percussion, that you're playing these also on bells. I'm just assuming that you are. And here it is on snare. Okay, we're back to 4/4 time, by the way. I didn't mention that, but you probably already noticed. All right, here it is. 1, 2, ready, and right, right, left, flam, tap, right, left. And you have a fermata on the rest. All right, moving on. 3.10. Okay, we are just looking at important symbols now. We're looking at that new key. We're back to 2/4 time. Okay, so a couple of things to keep in mind here. We've also got a repeat sign, so making sure that you're looking that over. And what they've done here for you kids is they've also just put that review note there for you in case you need it one more time. So, oh no, clarinets and trumpets, you do have a new note. How exciting! Okay, so it's the high B flat. That is really cool. Trombones, the high A flat, also really cool. It's the same fingering for trumpet and trombone as it was before. Clarinets, though, we've talked about this just a little bit, I think, before you left. You're using your thumb key on the back and then the key above, the teardrop key. So take a look at that very carefully. And you really, really, really have to firm up your embouchure in order to make that note come out nice. All right, let me play that for you. I like that these exercises at the beginning of Opus 3 are taking you, the first part of the song, they're taking you by step. The second part of the song, they're making you skip around a little bit. That's very, very good for you as we move along to get to Opus 4. Here it is on snare. Repeat. And that's it. All right, practice 3.1 all the way to 3.10 quite a bit over the weekend. And then next week, if you have any questions, we'll have another meetup and you can ask me then. All right, take care, you guys. Have a good weekend.